I'm just preparing for a few people to show up. So I'm just going to maybe, maybe just put this up here for now, maybe. I'm going to be starting in a minute. I'd like to know if anybody's got any questions about the artwork. If anybody's got any questions maybe about the artwork on the floor, where it comes from, what made me do it. What am I doing here? There's a lot of channels out there. Astrology, numerology, exit the matrix, religion. I'm doing what many others are doing, except mine is towards understanding the alphabet. Alphabet letters create words. Alphabet letters are characters. Alphabet letters, characters are connected either straight up and down, connected this way, angles. How high should I go? How wide should I spread my angles? Only drawing everything in square and angled lines on 45 degrees and no more to begin with. Understand what we can do with the basics of what we were taught. 45 degree without any more mathematics. The 45 degree, the 90 degree, the 180 degree, the circle, the rectangle, the smallest rectangle that you can get, and then one level up by using the basics of systems. It's a basic system. If we can't go to eternity, so we're going to go to minimize everything. But when I do minimize everything, we're still looking at this flat. We don't know if this is a dot or this is a burnt hole between these three elements, creating a circle to go all the way through, a depth, making it look like I hold this book. You go through the book this way or through the book this way, horizontal, vertical, H and I. You want to go through the book this way, you'll go through the N. You want to go through the book this way, you'll go through the Z. If you go through this way and you're using your telephone, 222. If you go through this way using the telephone, it's 444. If you go this way using the calculator, it's 444. If you go this way using the telephone, it's 222. All the mutable signs are up, and everything that gets wiped out is 111. I'm following the calculator, what the calculator shows me. When you come into understanding of geometric shapes, as I was taught, oh my God, Mike, guess what I learned today? What'd you learn? 360 degrees goes all the way around. Okay, Ma. And how many stops can I take on that, Ma? Well, you can have 3 stops. Well, Ma, if I go all the way around 360 degrees with 3 stops, I ain't making it home. Oh yeah, you will. We're going to do it in a triangle to begin with. Then we're going to do it with a, right? We're going to do it with a triangle, but can we make the triangle before we can create a circle? Because by making circles and then squaring off the circle, within that we can create our triangles. Then we can, by making two of them, two circles or three circles, now we can have adjacent circles creating between them. Now I can find the halfway area, okay, of the area space to create my first triangle inside the circle. There's a lot of people coming here and ask me, what do you do? What do you do? Why are you doing it? Can you cure my illness? Can you cure my illness? The first thing is, okay, I can't cure nothing. Okay, I can't cure nothing is the wrong answer. Why? Because for those who have the ailment of knowing more and want to quench their thirst with knowing different and why, well, that I can heal. Okay, by your own desire or you acquiring to understand. Okay, what I do is I show you the connections in the, I'm just cleaning up a little bit and I'm just trying to figure out the words to speak. Okay, is what I have found is there's a lot of algorithms hidden inside. I mean, where I find it is out of a calculator, you know. Another place I find it is out of a dice cube. Now I associate this with the planets. I associate this with the days of the week. I associate this with the months. I associate this with the moon cycle. I associate this with the 24-hour cycle. I associate this with all the games: hockey, baseball, football, soccer, darts. I associate games within games and area space in cubic, where you go 12 by 12, 144, 13 by 13, 169, 14 by 14, 196, 15 by 15, 225, 16 by 16, 256, 17 by 17, I think it's 189, 18 by 18, 324, 19 by 19, 361. And no, not because I know math or I can calculate it. I just remember. I've been doing this for 20 years, so don't think I can do anything more than anybody else. I'm just repeating the same thing over and over and over and over, right? For the more or less on and off for all my life. We all have, basically, you know. So we have to find out where they all belong and how it got to be where it is, how it's used, right? If you want to go professional, we can go professor as teacher. If we want to go amateur, an amateur fits with soul before you become professional and pick up in this world. This is the way they have taught me to differentiate the two. So if anybody has any questions, I'm just going to get a glass of water. Oh, there's my water. There's my water. Pretty weird. I think I'm going to repeat this again. Pretty weird. And I put up a video this morning about it. Just wanted to share this, that I was listening to Herb, very intelligent person, talking about healing, taking the zodiac, showing us the zodiac, the winter, the summer, the this, the that, and taking your life path, adding this in. I still am missing a few pieces and parts on what this gentleman does, because I really want to learn. But I made an error, and I said to this gentleman, I do like you, but with the alphabet. And because we get so few words, and to type like this on I should be typing with a keyboard, I just wrote it in very few words. I wrote, I do what you do towards the alphabet, and what I meant. And he says, well, do you help people? And without waiting for my response, he had the answer. He trashed me in front of everybody. And he said in this statement, you do astrology, astrology's garbage. You do numerology, numerology is garbage. But he's doing life path and calculating all his numbers through life path. Life path is astrology. life path connect to the, okay, to everything, whatever this person was doing, talking about autumn and spring and fall. This is all a part of this rotation. We are part of that rotation. I'm not doing any of the healing secrets that come within. It's a lot more to study. Everybody can do it. Once you understand how the numbers work, you can apply this to anything, right? To anything that has that algorithm. Like if you want to find out anything about your numbers, well, find everything about 1, find everything about 9, but also understand that within finding this out, understand the algorithm they have put us on. If your birthday is 19X, right, the 1 is in the 1,000th position, regard that as a number 1. Or regard it as a number 1. The first, second, and third position is the third, second, and first position. From the left to the right to the left, the Hebrews right from right to left, the English right from left to right. It's not one-dimensional. Everything is singularity on multiple dimensions. Every group except for the creation group of 369 will always retain 10 to the system, 9 plus 1, 10, starting over again. Every system will run 3 plus 1 cycle and 2 plus 1 cycle between the male entity and the male and the female entity. The 1, the 3, the 5, the A, the C, the E, the S, the U, the N. Whatever I speak right now is nothing that I've studied in a book. I am reading back to you what the words and numbers say in affiliation to each other. I never used to use these words. Somebody asked, where do I get all this information from? When I speak on here and I start associating numbers, sometimes it's pieces and parts from the past. And when I speak it in sometimes a little fast, I'm scrying within my own mind, meaning as I'm learning what I'm saying, I'm learning what I'm going to be saying through the combination of the numbers and where they're sending me off in the branches of the trees, whether they reach the flowers or not. Do I explain myself properly? According to many, no. Have I looked back at my work to study myself? Yes. Do I explain it properly by my own eyes? No. Am I trying to help others understand for those who desire? Yes. Do I make mistakes? Yes. What do I consider a mistake? One of my first mistakes, okay, is when I don't explain something properly because I can't understand it myself after. One of my mistakes is I talk too fast, but a thing, nobody jumps in to ask any questions. I need moderators. I can't be interrupted because I'm going to forget my thought. Somebody has to remember for me. 1 letters, 2 letters, 3 letters, 4 letters. Stop. 1 letter, 2 letters, 3 letters. Stop. 6 letters is the maximum you can get, but the first letter will match the 6th letter, or it'll be the opposite of it, or it'll be a complement of what it is, the tail of itself. 6 is on the cube. There is no other. 4 is on the tetrahedron. The both of them come together almost like putting a crown to create the Capricorn, to create Leo on the Capricorn stone. What nothing means to you. Give me a second what nothing means to me. Everything about nothing. Every time we use that circle. What I see in nothing, what they have put for fonts in the 0 or in the letter O, the letter O can be contorted. The letter O is the 15th letter in the alphabet. The 0 on your keyboard, okay, is an area position that you begin from before you begin, right? Like in Monopoly. In Monopoly, I'm going to give you this. You're in Monopoly. You have 2 dice in your hand. You roll the dice. Okay, let me say it again. There are 40 areas in Monopoly. You take the dice from go and you roll the dice. What did you get? Oh, I don't know. I don't have a pair of dice to roll. Oh my God, I'm not rolling anything. Please, teacher. It's not 4:20 now. Did I reach the four houses? Teacher, please leave those kids alone. I see another brick on the wall. It must be the high Q of all of us connecting and bridging. 4:20. Oh, is that the George Washington Bridge? Or is that the Lincoln Tunnel? Right? Lincoln Electric? Washing a ton, bringing four systems together over the bridge, over the water, or into the tunnel. I got to think about all those fish around me when those teachers are leaving those kids alone. Now the teachers are the kids are the go-getters. Why? Why are the kids the go-getters? You what, Ma? My mother told me to put the kids away. Ma, you know the kids are away. They're behind the fence. Yes. The eighth zodiac sign is a goat, and they all got kids. Wow, where did my iPad go? Yeah, I wanted to sit down. I decided I wanted to sit down. So let me see what's going on here. So a lot of people that don't know what we mean, look at us here. Wow, that's neat. So you have to back me up. I'm not very quick. If you want to come up, just say I want to come up, and I'll let you up because I have an empty head right now. And before I pretend to be an elephant and dig out everything in the trunk by the microprocessor or the big bang woofer in the back, right? We got a woofer in the back, right? Right, a woofer, a tweeter. What else do we have in there? A tweeter. You know, you want to build back better, right? You want to build back better? BBB 222. Where can we find that 222 now? I've got a brand new algorithm. I've got a brand new algorithm. I'm not finished this yet. Wow, where? Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. In the fifth house. 222 in the fifth house. 44 in the second house. If you associate the void within the second house, guess what? That's you. Proof, mathematical proof, right up to the Mayans, into the Hab. 260 divided by 13 equals to the average of 20. What did he say? What did he say? Oh my God. Thank God it's my own channel. You're not shutting me down. I'm going to tell you what I said. The Hab have a calendar. It runs by 13 and 7 equaling to 20. There are 26 letters in our alphabet. There are the first 13 letters and the second 13 letters. The second group of 13 letters begins at N. It ends at Z. Hey, I saw that before. Let me look up on my map. Out behind me. Oh, yes, there's NZ. It's New Zealand. Okay. Pretty weird. That's where all the weird animals come out of, right? Somewhere underground over there. Equals to 40. So when we add up 14th letter N, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Are you tired of listening? I've been writing this out for 20 years. I can show you a whole closet full of books. Close the books. We don't care what you have. We want the raw science. We want you to tell us it the way it is. We don't want to see all your books. But if you don't come here with a question, how do I know when I'm going to hit what you're here to listen to? I can only fulfill your needs that if you tell me what they are, and it has to be inside this game we play. I can do a tricky dicky all day. But only you're playing the trick on your own. Hey, dickhead. Yeah, 413. There's a reason, okay, for all this combination. And did you know that using the word, so this is 493. Have you ever thought of Mick? Like in McDonald's, is the I not written to the MC? So what comes with the C without the I? And when you say Mick, like in Mickey D's, you are also saying Dick within the word. The M is the 13th letter. The M is the only Roman numerals that hits 1,000. It's the only Roman numerals with 1, 2, 4, 8 involved within it. It has 4 area spaces. It's going to equal to 15, and that's going to be what Saturn square and connected to the mother holder of the vibration, where 5 and 1 split apart and 4, 3, 2 fit in between. And now we have the split in area 51 by 2 fire signs. Where's the next fire sign? I have to make sure that I'm here to share what I see. And you look at it and you say to yourself, why did he say 1248 equals 15? Where is the 1248? Where did this come from? Why is M 1000? Why is M the Roman numerals? Where did this come from? M is the 13th letter. M is the 14th letter reverse alphabet. The second side of the alphabet uh, 45. Just give me a second. The second half of the alphabet, right? The second half of the alphabet, okay? This is not it. This is the alphabet divided up this way. 9 numbers, 9 letters, and over here there's only 8. In the last one, we're going to split the alphabet up like this. The Mayan calendar, the Monopoly game, and the dartboard all fit in to these numbers. The Mayan calendar setup 7 and 13. What is a fact? What is truth? What am I telling you? Is it real? Did man make it up? Did man put the numbers here? The English language has only been around for about 600 years. It's an extension, just like your hair growing, that you keep chopping it off, and we ended up with the letter A, B, C, D over time. Some of it changed, some of it didn't. There were new hairs that pushed through over time, new connections over time. I lost my trend of thought. So what is man made? What is birth? What is the breath? What is the separation between in the womb and out of the womb? What is the 84th day? What is the day of conception? What do you know about number 29? Everything is man-made, right? Well, where we are right now in this group, all of us right here, you're inside this game. You're listening to game science. It's all about game science. It's all about spoken words, right? And it's all about what has been shared with us. How you see it, I'm showing you how I see it. 28th day and 29th day, the end and beginning of a new cycle for the woman. That's the way it is. 29th day, right? Do we want to reduce and find where 29 is? Well, let's look for 29. 29, 17, 5. So it extends from Leo. Leo is the extension of the birth of the new birth. 5, 17, 29. So it's the second fire sign. Does anybody understand what I just did? Would you like to understand? And this is a C, by the way. If I do my E, I do them like that. I write a lot in capital letters. The M is 1000 in Roman numerals. If I looked at this as binary code reversal from right to left, I would either go 0, 0, 0, and then 8, and the entire evaluation of M equals to 8. But the entire passage from this 0 over here was a total of 15, engaging as a leftover of what is 7. The next three numbers after this is 7, 5, and 1. This is the rotation of the cube. This is binary code. If you take a look, there is no 3, 6, and 9. If you take a look behind me, this whole area here, there is no 3, 6, and 9. The numbers, the algorithms, the orchestration and understanding of the assembly of all that is amongst all the professionals and all those who went through the school to take this. Okay, it sent me a restriction in my details. Let me see. It said I reproduce content. It just told me my live visibility is restricted. 5, oh, yeah, at 1:55 p.m. When is this? Where is this? Is this my live now? Related tutorials. So yeah, they say my live is restricted. I got all kinds of stuff against me. Can somebody tell me what I did? Oh, because I showed that video something a half an hour ago. But that was my song. I made that song up. That was my song. Okay, so yeah, I was in a group and they wouldn't let me open my camera. I go into a group and I have to really, really, really change my way of talking. I really, really, really do. Okay. Since this is game mode, I need to talk to the game, to the machine that's listening, to the algorithm that's listening. Now, is it listening to words or is it putting stories together at the same time? If it's putting stories at the same time, I'm going to have to fix my algorithm to talk both to man and machine. So I am going to tell you right now in my own work, when they use the word unalive, not good for me. Anything that starts with unalive is just not a good word. Laid to rest, put aside, things like that are harmonious. But to something of anything um, has to be a personal thing. And anyways, the UN does not work for me. It's the heart of the cube. The vibration is not a good vibration for me. It's number 35, UN 14, okay, and U21, right? All sevens in the UN, equaling to 35, which is the heart of the cube. 17 and 18, right? If you have 17 and 18, you also have what? Hold on a second. Give me a pen. Uh, you're going to have 55 and 35. The next level up of 17 is 27. The next level up is 18 is 28. But these two numbers are not the same as all the rest. Here it goes. In French, they separate 17, right? Because they're going to say 17 is 10-7 and 18 is 10-8. Second story, when you go from 17 to 27, you have counted 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You see that? 27 is the next realm up of 7 in the second house. It takes the first house and going inside the second house, okay, which creates your trinity inside that house. 17 and 27 is 44, creating an area space within. 44 is identical to what is 35. 4 and 4 is 8, 3 and 5 is 8. Here we have 46. Four and 6, 10, 5 and 5, 10, 3 and 5, 8, 4 and 4, 8. Here we have 8, here we have 9, here we have 9, here we have 1. So they're telling us a bunch of different stories. The basic story what this is sky pass. The sky pass to the cycle of air, cycle of the moon. Your first connection is when 3 joins. When 3 joins 7 is your first connection. Whoop. You're mutable in the 10th house. But as 73, if this was 73, right, you would be Gemini and you would be mutable in that house. Or 37 in the first house, or in the, do you follow what I'm saying? This position or this position, first and 10th position, from left to right, from right to left. From right to left and left to right is going to be, I'm not sure what separation I should use, okay? But the separation is 1.5. 1.5. 1.25 times this is going to equal this. 1.5 times this will equal to this. 75% of this will equal to this. They all work together. The total of these three lines, which is actually what? 147 equals to 12, 258 equals to 15, 369 equals to 18. What letters do they use? Left and right. What is this? Where does this come from? What is it? Is it 2 9s or is it 3 6s? Or is it 4 by, or no, I'm not going to get into that right now. Where am I going to go back with this? I don't know why I opened up such a big can of worms. I want to go back to, yes. So let's just go back to what's in the background here. I just want to keep it simple. I just want to keep it simple. 142-857-285-714-428-741-571-428-714. I'm working on more equations right now, right? I'm trying to look through all the equations, the rhythm of the equations. So what this is 9 divided by 7, 8 divided by 7, 10 divided by 7, 11 divided by 7, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29. Bringing on waterworks and electric company. 30 in the second house. 31, 32, 33, 34. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 43. And if 42 is skipped, that's the communication house. 43, 43, 44. Right? Between the seventh gate, right? And the Trinity. 44 in the second house of Venus. 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51. Look, Venus and Mars. 52, 53, 54, 55, 57. Into the moon. The moon is the inside of us, in the heart of things, right? The moon is connected to the vision. This is the first part of pi. If you divide the 999,999 by 7, you're going to end up with the 142,857 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7. So does everybody see this so far? This is the Mayan calendar. This is the Mayan Sanskrit. Google, search me something I can share on TikTok, please, so they don't, botch me. Show me the Mayan calendar. Show me how the Mayan calendar rotation works. What is the 7 and 13? What is the Hab about? What is 20? Okay, hold on, let me go back for a second. The Mayan calendar system uses 2 main cycles, the 260-day Tzolk'in and the 365-day Hab. The Tzolk'in is also known as the sacred calendar. It's made up of 13 numbers combined with 20-day names, resulting in 260 unique days. The Hab is a solar calendar divided into 18 months of 20 days, which each plus a 5-day month. These 2 cycles interlock to create a 52-year calendar round. A 52-year calendar rounds. I never put that in. So you see, when they say a calendar round, it's not a calendar straight, right? So everybody knows you're going to have this side and that side. This is where the understanding of what the protractor is all about. This is the masonry, okay? Masonry. A-M, okay? S-O-N. Plural in AMS, SAM is SAM. SAM is 33. 33 and 29 equals to 62, okay? So this is cubic because the number 62 or 26 is going to be in reference of all dynamics of the cube. 2 times 6, 12 over to the edges. 2 plus 6, 8 corners. Then there are 6 hearts. Total is 54. So what do they tell us about number 54? But it's not that simple. Within the 54, it's actually 48. But when it's 54, okay, we're going to say it this way. When it's 54, we're going to call it out as, it's going to be, just give me a second, 3 and 3 to the core. And then we are going to have 2 dot life. Then we are going to have 3, 6, 7, 8, 46. Okay. Parts of edges and corners, in which is going to be, oh boy, let's do this one. 3, 4, 5. So this one's going to give me 4, 6. 1 gives me 6. Let me mark this down. 1 gives me 6. So now, okay, 6 void. And the 6 gives me 1, 2, 2 void. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So what I just did is, you see this, the 6 here? Every corner is taken up. So when I look into the corner, this corner is taken up, this corner is taken up, this corner is taken up, this is not. 1 void, this is taken up, 2 voids. So it's a 101 void. That's the story it's telling me. 101 void. So it's a 101 void. And if I did this in binary code, it would be a valuation of 4 plus 1 equaling to 5, if I wanted to look at it that way. But since I know that I can do it and others can simply do it, I can put this in the filing cabinet and put it aside. This is not all about what is the final result. The final result is understanding the little equations. These equations are going to come together over time for understanding other usages of numbers, other equations, how to break down words, and all words are numbers, all letters are numbers, are characters connected by dots and dashes. My work is incomplete, but yet I still tell the story. Good morning, Miss Mewtwo. I mean, I don't know how to spell anything or say anything. So a class on Telegram. Why? Oh, you mean a class on Telegram? Yeah, I don't know. Can you do live Telegram? Can you do, how about Mitch? What is that site called? Mitch, right? The site called Mitch. Do you think I can change my algorithm up that way? You know, I'm here 20 years this week, eh? In 2 days from now, it'll be 20 years for me, right? Do you know what the first day of May is? The 121st day, 11/11. Did you know that 5 times 5 times 5 is the sector of time of memory we are in, coming on May 5th? Okay, in the first cycle after the leap year, right? This is our actual first year ending, right, on the 28th of February, ending and beginning of the animal cycle on February 29th. I mean, you can run to the zodiac signs, right? But what zodiac sign started in February, and what day was the 29th of that year? We have to balance it off what we were given. I'm only using the full truth and nothing but the honest truth, even in its deception, because the deception doesn't matter. It's part of the algorithm. We have to welcome it. Welcome everybody, everything. Leave nothing out. Study it, understand it. The 16 personality traits. Four houses, 4 seasons. The backboard. the backboard, right? The 4 seasons, the backboard, the in between the seasons, right? The 16 personality traits. So does that 16 personality traits have to do with bringing together multiple games, right? Multiple, hold on a second. See this over here? I know I'm a little far away. See this over here? This is when 4 boards come together. When 4 boards come together, this board will end up being 14 by 14. When I reach from this board over here, 7, to this board over here, 7, bringing in the 2 hearts or running around this way between the 4 boards, call them the train tracks, running from heart to heart, to center, or just stopping in the center of the board and running the tracks this way inside the house. Over here is the train track. If you run the train track, you encompass this area. This area is 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay? But there's a heart to this area. It becomes a 4 and 12 area, equaling to the purple house, the purple heart, bringing both the red and the blue together to create what is the purple. Bringing red and blue together. Red and blue is hot and cold. When you bring that together, you create purple. When you have that, you create what is energy, right? The difference between the hot and the cold. Ironic that hot and cold, right? That hot and cold equals to 34 for the cold and 43 for the hot. The cold is 34. It's a 4-letter word. The hot is 43. And it's a 3-letter word, right? The hot is going to fit into Trinity. 4 by 34 is, first of all, 4 by 34 is going to be in the 6th house. 34, we have to do this now. 34 divided by 7, 857. See that in the 6th house? This dice cube rotates. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. We went from 1 to 6th position. Choose any 2 numbers. Choose any 2 numbers. Not here. Doesn't matter what this is. Just any 2 numbers, okay, between 1 and 99. I'll show you how easy it is and what it is. I'll explain. This is exactly the Mayans, the second half. Not only that, you go ahead. The alchemy of what everybody's teaching, that the guy, what they call the, the weed guy there, the herb man, herb. He's good. He's very, very good. I like the way he does his algorithm. I almost understand. That's good. Unless somebody sometimes you just can't figure it out. How did that become that? I melted it. But didn't it this and didn't it that? Well, if you knew the alchemy, you wouldn't ask all these questions. And even if I explained it to you, you know what I'm saying? We haven't even dove into the periodic table. Remember, let's get back. Somebody should be writing this down. Periodic table. Weights and measures. Rulers. Weights and measures. Lengths. Rulers. Yardsticks. The football field lengths in between the hash marks. 2 sides of a basketball. 2 sides of the hockey arena. 2 nets in the soccer arena. 6 holes in the pool game. Different languages, just their names are telling the story to begin even before you learn the language. You learn the language through the name of its language. Whatever language. Just give me any language, any religion, doesn't matter. It's already built into the system. How do I know? 100%. I built the system. And do you see inside of this? Do you see the way it runs off sideways here and sideways there? You've seen this before. You've seen the same image. What's circling my head and the parts that are missing. How many parts are missing? You can see practically all 7 on this side. But when you go to this side, you have 7 here also. I practically fit in. If I take off the coat, right, I've practically fit in with 7 and 7 and only 6 is left over. I'm only occupying 6. So this is me. This is your life. I can turn this if you want. I can reduce this. I can keep it on here and do your zodiac signs, or I can replace this with the 12 zodiac signs, perhaps also reducing myself or bringing the picture back. So between the 12 zodiac signs, I only occupy 4 area spaces. I spin this dial for the year you were born and put it down the center of your nose. You will become everything, explaining everything else that you are. Can we use this as truth? Yes, we can. Right? It's just a piece and a part and a cog. That's all it is. Yes, love has its own frequency. Yes, I can explain part of that to you. Well, everybody, I'm not the expert on anything. I bring in the experts, see what they have to say, and then relate it to the numbers. And the experts already know that the piano, the guitar, the motorcycle outside that's zooming on by, that's very irritating to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Anything you think, anything you hear to your own ears. So let me just explain this to you. I need a glass of water. At the same time, I'm out. I'm not out here, but I'm out here. Woohoo! Water! Come on, memory. Take a breath. Relax. Okay, what's hiding in there? You've been on the shelf for a while. Come on out. Some old memory. It's been on the shelf for a while, right? Or do you think it's being picked up, or you think that this is just a transporter of what the air I breathe? Is this just to read, help me read? Like when I breathe, it's all dry, right? Are those the ashes in the air? So I drink it, they come to life through the water, pump through my heart. Give me a minute, I can't think right now. See, when I turn to the side, I occupy less area space in what's behind me, maybe telling me a different zodiac story. Yes, so when they talked about the 20 days, this is 20. Inside of this, there's a gear that roams around. I think it's a gear of 13. So when it's rolling around, I don't know. I can probably create for myself. It's this. If you count inside of this, see what it says? The start and the end, the start and the end. So here's how it goes. Did we see any 2 numbers? What are we talking about? Cujo, are you still here? What are we talking about, Cujo? I'm talking about 4-leaf clovers. I'm talking about golf, flags, beer. No, what is actually what I'm talking about are relationships that numbers have, that we have been shared, that we all live with. For instance, the 9 areas on the 9 on the calculator over here. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Hello, Chris. How you doing? How you doing? Chris is here trying to help others or make others aware of what's going on in New Jersey, of these ancient burial sites and other ancient sites. So if you're interested and you want to know anything about it, ask Chris in the comments. There are a lot of links through every single state, through every abbreviation and name. This is what I do. I associate numbers to numbers, and then I associate letters to letters, which associate words, would help me to understand that the only reason that I said what I said about this is because I know through the words what they're saying. And that possibility can be very true. So there are more or less, it is accurate to the word, right? So getting back to this over here, I'm looking for two numbers. I'm looking for two numbers. Anybody want to give me just any two numbers, digits, any two digits? Pick any two digits. And if you have a calculator, get out your calculator. 27 will be number 857142 in the sixth area. Take out your calculator and divide. 21 is going to be right here in the ninth area. 99999. 99999 divided by 21 equals 2. Your 21 is this answer. This answer is a reduction of the answer. Look, 142857, 142857, okay? Divided by 3 equals to 47614. Times 21 equals to 99999. This is our 7-day cycle we run on. The 7th day runs through our heartbeat. The pi they tell you about, okay, justifies the difference, okay, to the continuation of the breath that might be, but is not the same on the continuous of the 12-hour day. Your breath is not the same. Your breath is being divided up for every single day, for the cycle of the breath, for your story of life that stays with you. I only tell you this because this story I tell you is 25,920 years old, and plus whatever it is, real or fake. It doesn't matter. You're here for the story. Tick tock, wake up. I'm telling stories. These are stories. This is fiction. This is fiction, science fiction. The only relativity is I use the English language. Tick tock, I talk to you. You are the operator that my mind is between the gateway right now. I see you all the way around me, judging me by 999.99. Do I have any chance to escape? My ticker, my heart is beating. Do you know there's something that I do not do twice in a day? Is when I am inhaling, I am not exhaling. And when I am exhaling, I am not inhaling. The word hot is 43. 3 by 14. 3 by 13. 3 by 14 is 42 plus 1, or 38 plus 5. Cold is 34. It is the reverse. It's a 4-letter word, so that's 4 by 8 plus 2. Or it's 4 by 9 minus 2. So now I know on the first level, see this over here? 8 and 9 fit right here. This is where your heaven's birth comes in. You haven't even been born yet for these two numbers to happen. These two must come together for creation to reach the doorway inside of this one over here, or we're going to relate it on this one over here. 7 days a week, 13 moons. This one over here does not contain 3, 6, and 9. And when you look at all the numbers, they're all the same. If you want, you can have a screenshot. What am I looking to do? I'm looking to find someone who can program me a program that I can put all the algorithms, right, over the thousands and millions of years. Yes, I can put in 1,000,000 years of algorithms in here, okay? Not by truth of life, but by truth of game science, taking from what life shared and using what those who have been diplomized, right? What is a diplomization? A diplomization is if you got a diploma or a patent and it is shared amongst us and it has been accepted as a word. It doesn't matter for the good or the evil. It doesn't matter for the right or the wrong. What matters is we know the difference. You cannot learn anything until you know the difference, and I'm talking about myself only. I talk about myself, and in fact, everybody out there is actually just me. I wish everybody would be just a little bit different. That was sort of rhetorical. Only because of our differences can we actually learn. Is it that not true? And what we have learned doesn't mean that it is righteous for the way that we should be operating, but we operate this way for the system that we live in. So when you say something is right and wrong, it's been not self-learnt, but self-taught by another. The house of the teacher is 420. Why is 420 the teacher? We're going to come back to this in a minute. Sound of silence, the H. You don't hear the silence on the outside, it's all around. I think that might be the answer to yesterday's question, right? The silence or the noise we don't hear, we hear, right? So when we put these two words together, right? When you say T, right? You say T. Can you say T? I said T. What do you say about H? TH, right? So we have the T and the H. So it becomes the eighth letter. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, the eighth letter is the H. The 20th letter is the T. When you go to third, it's RD. That is the abbreviation. When you go to first, it's ST. When you go to fourth, it's TH, and it only ends at 20th. The cube and the part of creation bringing one between two to equal to three, although you don't see it here in this situation. These are blueprints, schematics, telling a story, quadro paper to show me and to help me understand what divisions are all about. Zero or nothing over here. If I separate it and I looked at it as a circle of 360, it'll be 180, 180. If it's already been split within inside the house, okay, what area will this, and now give me, what will this split be? More or less, when I'm looking at this, I'm going to relate it to this. So the splitting of the house will be joining all these with all these, and all these with all these. Okay, so the right side of the house, when you split the house, okay, well, it's actually over here, is going to equal to a total of, I think this side is 27, and this side is 33. When you split that house up, you want to split the upper house with the lower house, the upper house with the lower house, right? And then we put that all around, and don't forget, you can go for your I, right? And then you can go for your H. So here you're going to go 8, here you're going to go 9, letter. With this one, the S is going to be involved. With this one, the R is going to be involved, reverse alphabet. In this one over here, down below, you are going to get 21. And up above, you will get 39. So how does that calculate mathematically to what's going on, right? You can actually see these numbers right here. 9 and 4, 13. 8 and 5, 13. 7 and 6, 13. I completed the upper house with 39. As in 1 and 6, 7. 2 and 5, 7. 3 and 4, 7. I completed the lower house at 21. Of 1 and 8, 9. A 2 is 7, 9. A 5 and 4, 9. I equal the house with 27. There's more of these calculations to come, but we're going to leave it at that. I usually I like to leave out the 5 and use it for last if I use it with anything at all. So when I created this, let me see the lower 7, right, the 21, it should be actually 14 and 7, 21. This is when I spoke about U and N before, what the importance of these numbers are, 21 and 14. Right? These are those, remember you said the number, what was it before? 21, 14, 35, right? 42. So this is the reverse. This is the last area you can get to. This is the gateway. This one over here. And this is where the rainbow shows up. Over here. Let me flip this around for a minute. It's just, I don't know, it takes a lot of energy holding it in my hand. Very cool. Very cool. So what happens with this and why I call it the teacher? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 areas reside in the area of TH. You put them together and it reads teach. This is why I call it teacher. Now, what is the relevance of 17? Well, the relevance of 17 for the teacher, which I'm going to install Q2, is what is the reverse or backside of ABCD equaling to 10J? The creation of J is the association into the cubic realm, right? In the other realms, right, were there supposed to be more corners, right? What I'm understanding now is yes, there should have been, I think, more corners, way more corners. But then again, if everything was pieces and parts, wouldn't everything just be the dodecahedron, right? And would everything be 720? Could we live? I'm just trying to think and put it into perspectives being transported or not. Hey, you got that Wi-Fi number? Yeah, somebody pirated our Wi-Fi. So did you see the way I see spirit? I put spirit into Wi-Fi. I put the bonding of the outside source, right? We come into, like, seriously, I'm gonna ask you a question. And because we don't know everything, right? And we always say, oh man, yeah, I want to go into a video game. I just want to be there. Well, in every single game, it comes with, right? What elements does it come with in in this world, right? I want to tell you something, that in a video game, you get a lot of chances. I'm not sure how much pain you want to endure. So you decided out of all the games you wanted to come to, you chose this one, the fleshy, robotic, part of the $6 million man. Million, middle, 13, 1,000, under the divided roof of the cross. Can we change this game next time we come here? Is this my game, or am I in somebody else's realm right now and I decided to sign up? And then somebody would say, why would anybody sign up for this game? Well, it showed you the end result, would it not? If you sign up for a game, you got to know the whole game, right? Have you ever seen all these games? So let me read. Yeah, H is for the hospital. H, depending on which and what you're going to look at, because I'm just trying to see. Yes. The H is on the vertical line. The H is on the horizontal line. Let me see what this is. Show me horizontal versus vertical. I'm so excited! Check it out! So when you're using this, the H for horizontal, okay, the V for vertical. Lifeline, you know what this line is? This is the death line. So yeah, so now we understand this. So now when I look at the bricks on the wall, I can understand a little bit better. That's where all my information comes from. My information that I share with you comes from things like that. So there are 17 numbers between 4th and 20th, but there's changes that go on. First of all, this is the first of its kind. There is another setup in this. Okay, the other setup is when I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So here I finish in the B position. Here I finish in the A position. When counting the 4th house, I finish in the A position. When counting the C house, I finish in the 2nd position in the mother's house, other than the father's house. 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. I'm in the corridor. 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 Let's go at the 7th gate. Go, 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 go. Even the dice, if you look at this dice, okay, the positions occupied, every position occupied on this dice. If you look at the opposite side, the only two sides that are not occupied are here and here. 7 of 9 occupy. No, there's not one here. It's on the other side. But take the dice, look at it. 7 of 9 only. How can you hold on to the area space you are with the communication through the breath giving you life? 8 and 9 is the support system. 8 and 9 equals to 17. Which is, and I already did this, 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 equals to 9, and 9 by 8 equals to 72, and 9 plus 8 equals to 17. It's one of the only numbers that reflects the high heavens, the Q gates. None of them are on the cube, right? Except for this one. And this one over here, 72, okay, reflects the 7th gate within inside the house of Bait. This one here, the divided house is within inside the mother's house. This one is within inside this house. "17 is going to be here. The Jack and the Queen. 6 and 8. 6 and 8. Q is the 12th card. This is the 11th. 11 and 12 come together. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. It's also known as what is, did I put that together, the ABCD? Where did I write ABCD? I didn't write ABCD. Hold on a second. What'd you say in my head? You didn't write the ABCD. No, you did not. I'm not arguing with you. I know. You're reminding me. Thanks. I love you. I love you so much, my mind. My mind is my mind. How you doing, mind? Good, and you? I'm doing good. What's good with you is good with me. I even sing to myself. Harmonization, you know. Okay, so, no, I didn't write ABCD. The complete association of ABCD equals to 10. Here's all our 10s. When I get to 17, where is it? Where to go? Okay, over here. When I get to 17 or Y17, the alphabet reflects here. Well, the beginning of the association of the motherboard begins here. We end up with only connecting less than all of what is in order to connect. And when we connect it, it's a connected in association. For instance, one fire sign will connect to the mutable sign of 6 Virgo, which is an earth sign. The one fixed sign of cardinal sign of what is Aries, and let's call the rat in the same position in where it begins at 6 o'clock in the morning. If we wanted to put it on 60 minutes in the hour, it would be every 5 minutes that we change, and I think it would be the 20th minute. So I think it would happen in Trinity, right? Let me write that down. So 60 minutes, 5 minutes, okay, times 12 equals to 60. We're going to start the minutes off, okay? I'm not sure if I should start the minutes off with Capricorn like we do the clock. Should we do that? Or should I start it off on Virgo? That's the big question of where Aries will end up. So if I cap it off as something that's 120 degrees for 12, or 100% is something for 12 zodiac signs, which is 1.2 separation or the difference. And guess what? 1.2 is the separation of the difference. 1.2 times 5 equals to 6. 20% of 5 equals to 1. Now, why I'm doing this is to show the separation of 1 going from 5 over to 4 and 5 over to 6 This is not about where is it taking me. This is just what is happening in this equation. 20% of 5 equals to 1. 20% of 10 equals to 2. That's it. I need to understand, how can I bring 10, okay, an area of 10 with 12 zodiac signs? How do I slip it in? Or should I be working the equation using 2 minutes instead of 1 minute? Because if I use 2 minutes, I have 120 seconds. And I have 12 zodiac signs. So now I can go 12. So I got 12 zodiac. So I can now use 10 seconds per sign. And now starting at 120 is the same thing as starting at 12 o'clock. Or is 120 telling me to start at 2 o'clock? Right? 120 seconds equals 2 o'clock in the morning. So therefore, Capricorn is what is at midnight, is what is at 12, to what is Aquarius as at 2 a.m. So this is what I try to teach myself. For all those who know about the zodiac and all this, I need to understand even, retro to that. I need to understand that. So let's jump off this and back to this. So we all know that first, second, and third, okay, in the Olympics gets you the gold. The gold is what separates, okay, silver. Silver to the left, silver to the right. Do you know where I'm putting third? Couple of scenarios for this. Can third be in second position? There are 3 areas here, encompassed between here. You begin here. You've been crowned in this position. This position is the 9th position. This position is the 9th position, connecting to both 8, 6, 5, and 7, connecting up to the moon. What is this? 3, 5, 7, 5, 3. It's a way of counting in gematria. Another way is when they put up the 10 bowling pins. The opposite in the alphabet of what is J is Q, 17. So when you have the teacher, and to get the teacher, you need to associate all of below of the 10 in order to create with at the 7th gate. Now, how do you associate 7? Check it out. No 7's over here, but you can take what is in the bronze position and add it to 4 to create a 7. You can take the 1, 2, and 4 to equal to your 7. But inside of here, can we create a 7? We sure can. 1, 2, 3 is right over here. Instead of having it 4, 7, instead of having 1, 4, 7, we now have 4, 7, 1, 5, 8, 2, 6, 9, 3, 7, 1, 4. Yep, on a higher level, the same number repeats. But when we get the 13, everything changes. We went from a 12th to a 13th. The teen has begun. And here's the row of your teens. And now we have the last of the rows. So everything gets divided up. So we're going to stop it here and have these 9 numbers. And then we're going to have these 4 numbers. And then after these 4 numbers, we start a new realm. But before we start a new realm, we stop on 17 and we stand here. Even in blackjack, it tells you to stand here. And why do I stand here? Because the 18th is what adheres the beginning to the end. It is the 18th letter, or 180 degrees. What splits after that? I'm on the other side. When I count 1 through 17, okay, 1 and 17, it equals to the 18th. The 18th, when you count 1 through 18, it equals to 171, right? When you count 1 over to 18 equals to 171 minus the ABC we didn't use equals to 165.12. So I'm not sure where to use this yet. I know what to do at 156. I know that we can invert everything, that when it's not 5, it's a 2. And when it's not 9, it's a 6. Yes, in this game you can do it. The stories have followed suit. So when you create your 7, is it a 6 and 1 7? Is it a 5 and 2 7? Is it a 6 and 1 7? Is it a 4 and 3 7? To get that 3, you put together the 1 and 2 to create the 3 and 1 to create the 4, the 2 and 2 to create the 4, right? So you just have to understand how we get everywhere. So the 8, the H is the split heaven. It splits here. When you say 88, you're going to say 4 20s and 8s. When you say 78, you will use this. When you say 98, you will use this. So both in 78 and 98, you're talking about the split house. When you're talking about 88, you are no longer talking about the split house. You're talking about the 4 divisions, the motherboard, okay? And you connect it to the heart. The 8 around 1. 8 areas surrounding 1 area. The ocean's way, the jet, J-E-T, jet. Why? Because they're all in the 5th house. J is 10, 2 times 5. E is 5, T is 20. Thank you. So J was replaced, came in here, and when the expansion or trinity came, they replaced the Y, which is what is ET on the backboard, from a Y. The Y is what is connecting the E house, the backboard, the main plug, okay, into the T. The T is a cross. It's a cross. It's all cross, or it's all T's, and the T's will look like Y's. They'll look like stars, right? The T's. They're all the T's. When crossing Trinity, I'll see if I can do this. I should actually be running the same angle of the T's. There's 2 ways to cross these T's. Okay, there's this way to cross the T. Hold on a second. Two outs, so I have to be going. And there's this way to cross the T. And then you take. You have to use the angle in between. I don't do this design by choice. I do this by, I'll show you in a second. I'll explain it when I lift it up. I don't even know how to do the bottom one. Every time I come to that straight line, I'm never really sure what to do. So I'm not even sure. Okay, I think I'll do it like this. Did I do that right? Oh, no, I didn't do it the right way. No, not the right way. Not the right way. That's the way it should have been done. So when I run to the upper and to the lower, I can be running with inside my own house from here to here, from here to here, and here to here. 3-part connect, 3-part connect. I can do a 4-part connect. The motherboard is this here, 4-part connect. Now we run in strands of 12s because we're running the motherboards over each other. Every time you come back to the 7, 8, 9, you're going to put 1, 2, 3 over it. The 9 will equal to the 12 section. So when you get to the 12 section and to the 13 section, your 13 section is not an overlap. When we're counting at 12s, it's one thing. When we're counting a 7, it's something else. Did you follow? Do you follow what I'm saying? We come over here to 9, 10, 11, 12, which is just like 1, 2, 3. Then when we get to 13, we're over here, but it's not part of the overlap, right? It's already when the dimension already happened. We can overlap 2 areas, we can overlap 3 areas, we can overlap 4 areas. It depends what we're working with, right? But we need to overlap to keep connecting all the 9s. So if we overlap 2 areas, right? If we take this and we overlap 2 areas, we're going to end up with 6 and 6, 12. Overlap 2 areas only equals to 12. Altogether, 6 and 6 equals to 12 equals to, sorry, if I take 9 and 9 and overlap 2 parts of this of the 9, I will equal to 12. That's what I'm trying to say. 9 and 9 is 18. Overlapping 6 and 6 leaves me with only 6. Somebody spoke about love before. Thing about love is that you see the 1 and 2 for creation? Not part of it. The reverse analogy of the cube, all sides are 9. The reverse of this cube, all sides are 9. All sides are 9. If it's 9, there's 8 missing. If it's 9, there's 7 missing. 7 and 8, not part of love. 1 and 2, not part of love as a word. But together, when they join, they are all of what love is. They are nothing of love and all that love is. Which just showed me something new. 4, right? This is really good. This is really good for what I just taught myself. The numeric value for love is 54. The numeric value for the sun is 54, different division. 1 is 3, 1 is 4. The numeric value or a cube, 9 by 6 rotation of the yin yang, 54. The female, vagina, 54. The male, penis, okay, 63. The numeric value, LOVE, reflective alphabet, 'You can mark with this FUED. Feud. You can also put fueled within it. So let me explain it to you. L is the 12th letter. O is the 15th letter. V is the 22nd letter. E is the 5th letter. Just to note, 22nd. Remember that. Every number goes into its category. First realm of 22 is 12, female area space. So, right? This one over here. So, what is this? What is this? 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 5, 6. 2 and 2, 4. 5 is 5. So, what's this? The opposite of 5 on a cube space is 4. The opposite on a 4 on a cube space is 5. The opposite of a 6 on a cube space is 3. The opposite of a 3 on a cube space is 6. They're the only ones, and this is binary story, meaning I'm only telling you part of the story. They reflect each other. And they each call for their own duty. Four, 1, 5, 2, 3, 5. 6, 39549. Remember the upper cube, right? 1 and 4. What splits the sun that splits the divided house into communication? It's ABC with BCD. It's ABC 6 into life to what was your birth, your 2, 3, 4 vibration. See, I don't talk to you from my chosen words. I'm showing you and pointing you in the direction that you can see it on your own. I'm only choosing the words that'll point you in the right direction. I believe, I hope that I'm doing this right. Just give me a second. So we already know in the word one, they're already showing you signs, okay, just like the aleph in the word itself in the word one. I didn't answer that question about nothing. I wrote it down in my book. I'm too tired to answer that story about nothing. Thank you, Chris. I'm just busy looking at something. I'm going to be disappearing for like 30 seconds to check something out. Yeah, sorry for that wait there. I just want to see if I can do this. I didn't do everything. I'm just going to give you an outline to what you can do. Okay. One of the outlines comes as I'm just looking for the picture, which is the best picture, and it would be over here. And if you look in the picture, it actually says 11-0, right? The N and the Z coming together between the two, right? And I'm just trying to see, it says OMO, the M coming together, but those brackets inside show a shadow, right? The two zeros show the shadow. The M shows a mask, and you can also see those two little pyramids at the bottom. But just let me hold on a second. I wasn't finished with that. I'm just trying to see, you see, as we brought them to, let's see if I go over here. You know, I wanted to show off this piece here, this piece here. So I started bringing it together. You notice the way it says like one in the center. It's just little things you can look at. I mean, I know everybody does this, you know, just doing it for the bonzo of it. You can see on the bottom that same ohm. The is 33, 33. The bottom part is 43, 33, and 43. But those ones are very important, right? Those ones are actually very important. Oh, actually, you know what? How about this? This is what my apartment looks like under black light. So what we're going to do now is I have to remove this. Yeah. So there was something in there that I forgot about. Wow, I don't remember where it was in my thought. Wow, there was something I was thinking I wanted to share, and I left it out. I don't know where it is. We spoke about the teacher, how the 18th, yes, the crossing over. What happens when you cross over 18 into 19? You also cross over the 190 degree mark. If you were talking about degrees now and switching this from the alphabet, okay, into degrees, the 19th would be the other side of the equator. So there's an overreach. If I want to bring the lower house, the 36, over to the 18, I would have to overreach by 19. The overreach 19 equals the 38. Okay, that's right, overreach. So 180 and 180. I go from 1 to 190, and you go from 36, 360 over to 180. Oh no, you go from 36 over to the 180 mark, and then I went over to this, and then you went under to this. Basically, it would look like that. You came onto my side, I went onto your side. But the original point, right, was over here. I reached out to you, you reached out to me. Overlapping on what 190 is, 19 and 19. So back to love, yes. So what it is 3, 6, 4, 5 are these letters, but they're also these letters. They make other words. So what other words come from this? Let's look it up and see what other words we can find. Make me words from the letters CLU, NEW, DMV, and FOX, but only use one, okay, of each. Make me a word using, okay, 4 letters from these letters, okay? So it goes like this, C, L, or U. Choose any one of them, but only one to put in the word. The next word is N, E, or W. Choose only one in the 4-letter word. The next one is D, M, or V. Choose only one in the 4-letter word. And the next one is FORX. Choose only one for the 4-letter word. Make me a 4-letter word out of those letters. Oh, we got the word lend. We have the word cove. We have the word clue. No, that's no good. No good. COVE good. LEND is not good. But you know what? If you want to look at it, we can add it in. So these are the words. Love is also feud, 6, 3, 4, 5. Lend is not really good. Cove, 5, 4. Okay, so now let me show you the other thing about this is they're the only ones that double up on the cube. Yeah, I can't look at all this stuff right now, Chris, because but thanks. I'm going to keep it up there. So the 3, 4, 5, 6 are the only duplicates on this cube. The 1 and 2 is exchanged for the 5 and 6, 11. So 3 creation goes into 11 or gets reduced. 11 is the association that begins after the basic alpha beta. It becomes the 9 and 4, 13, the 7 and 6, 13, the 8 and 5, 13. So is the 13 the high heavens, the low heavens creates us into the 7th gate? Through the 7 and 2, 9 birth, we can't have that. That might be 7 and 2, 9 birth, but do we come here in 7 and 2, 9 birth? Is that all we are? Or are we counted in our creation? Or do we get reduced from creation? We come into the 2, 9, 11 house of Vet to the 2, 7, right? Do you follow what I'm saying? Are we this creation reduced into 2, 9, 2, 7? Because the house of Bait is 27 and the birth, the first cycle is 29. The 28th day, right, is the power of the ocean, and that ends that basic cycle of 28, only to restart it on the 29th day. So we're going to be ending the video now. I was only supposed to be here till 2 o'clock, and I'm here till 4. Peace and love. Send me anything you want me to look at. Spread the word. The truth lies in the mathematics and everything that exists in the universe. Thank you for watching. I study those, okay, who have the diplomas, and I don't care if it's a truth or lie. I look for the science fiction and the balance of its reality in the truth.